2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the San Francisco 49ers. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Ready? 180. 56, right there, 56. 6 man. Check.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And right away, he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, if there is a certainty in this game, we know that wherever he goes, he's going to draw a big-time crowd.
Throws into double coverage there, and look, that's something that he's going to have to deal with a lot in this game, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away with that one where it just fell incomplete, but they're going to count on him to uncover latent routes and make some difficult catches.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
Come on, D.
They'll try the right side with Jones. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Defense wins championships, baby.
They'll try and run for it. This is Juszczyk.
3rd and inches, just turn around, hand it to the big guy and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
On first down, Garoppolo. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Garoppolo to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
Here we go. Like 20!
Mike, 54. I don't even know why this team. Check.
Lock!
Check 4. Check.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jarek McKinnon. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on third. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I go right at them with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on third down.
Here we go. 180!
Watch the screen.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and run with McKinnon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. It's Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
3rd and long. It's Newton. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. D. Ford. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now. Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
54. You're not ready. You're not ready. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54.
Off the play fake to McKinnon. It's Garoppolo. He'll buy some time right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup of someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
On 2nd down now. Burrell. And look at this. For the 2nd straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. D Ford able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now it sounds
into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Here we go. 180.
Let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
On first down, Newton escaping, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. D Ford in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Newton now to throw. Flushed out right. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Here we go.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Rip left, rip left.
11. Protein spill.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. 78 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Eluding the pressure right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And the Niners get there and bring him down. D Ford make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here comes Grant on the return. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dwayne Smoot. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Garoppolo. Screenplay, McKinnon. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner. Everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
No. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Newton. Taking a shot for Samuel. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now McKinnon to start the drive. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 38-yard line.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. They'll run with Cannon. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
46-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Like 20. White.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. That's going to be caught. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Marquise Goodwin. 54 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Extra point safely through. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10. As opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Panthers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they fake. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And it'll be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40. And down to the 19-yard line. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. And we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Let's go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, orbit.
Play action. Garoppolo steps away to his left. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to spring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Here we go. Hey, alert.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. From his goal line here, Newton. Flush to his right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Newton. And he's got his target. That's more. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 45-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Newton to throw. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 18. It's a Carolina 1st down.
Right there, 56. You got nothing left. You got nothing. Shift.
Great.
56 is the mic. Get ready.
A 10th carry for Kamara.
You must be getting tired.
Down right around the 25. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw, Newton. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
Here's Newton. That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now Newton steps away. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton doing it himself from 9 yards out. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point try good by Gano, and it makes the score 21-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
At the 18-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Two.
Let him know.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Now Garoppolo lost the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. So now out is the Panther offense as they'll come in and go for the 2-point try. They'll try and run it here. And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for 2 is denied. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
The Niners take over
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a one-score game.
Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
On play action, now Garoppolo. Pressure comes in, he's brought down, it's a Panther sack. K1 short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there.
It's now third down. That's the end of the third.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. To throw is Garoppolo. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position.
6-yard line.
Where's up, 180? 180? Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Here's Kamara off the draw. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. On 2nd and a yard, Newton, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
56.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
8. 56.
Now they'll run on the draw. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
20. 56, right there, 56. I'm here all day. 56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike.
From the 27, Newton. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Back to the ground. It's Camaro. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5-6. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Camara. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers have taken the lead. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
Little salt, little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up, because Frank Reich at Maryland in college did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like he still harbors some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Check 26, check 26.
On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Brought in over the middle by Grant. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
2nd down, McKinnon. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of 2 halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Running with Kamara. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The busy night continues for Kamara. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. The Panthers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, alert 20.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Single.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
He can't hang. He's not hanging. 11.
Now Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Ready? Right to the 3. Hey, man. Watch the boot.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know what's really strange? I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like one time a week. The best teams I know, they practice starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Carolina, they can breathe a sigh of relief as they're able to eke out the 1-point victory here in the opener. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.